Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. In today's video, we are looking at a message from Spirit, from your guides that you need to hear at this time. Okay, so out in front of you, you have 3 different piles to choose from, 3 different decks or crystals to choose from, whichever way resonates with you the most. And I'm going to ask you guys to take a deep breath, really ground yourself, connect to your intuition, connect to your guides, and ask which one of these 3 piles is holding the message that you need to hear at this time. And here we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And I will have the timestamps to the beginning of each reading in the description box below. So go ahead, take your time, really feel out which pile is calling to you the most. Pause the video if you need a moment to meditate on the cards. And I am going to go ahead and move on to group number 1. Hello, my beautiful group number 1. Those of you that chose the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot and the Larvakite stone here, this reading is for you, and we are looking at a message that you need to hear right now from your spirit guides, okay? So coming into your guys' reading, kind of the energy that I was picking up on is this energy of really needing change or really needing progress or needing to break free from something, but for some reason not being able to kind of make changes in your everyday life. And I feel like that's really what's being called here for a lot of my souls that chose group number 1, is there's a need to break free from some sort of cycle or pattern, and it's going to start by changing up your routine or the structure of your life or your lifestyle. There's something that's very significant here about really being able to change the way you move through your everyday life. And that can be really difficult, especially when we have responsibilities and we have bills and we have families that we have to care for and we have to do things for. But I really am very strongly seeing like you guys almost begging for help or begging for change, really almost desperately needing a break, or like this kind of energy of I can't catch a break, or how am I supposed to do this? And what I'm seeing here is there is a need to really break free from the confines of your everyday structure. So for some of you guys, this could look like bringing new things in, and for some of you guys this could look like cutting things out, and inevitably one of those things will lead to the other, but it's just a matter of where to start. So for some of you guys, there's a need to release certain things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, and this could be kind of detox energy where it's a need to cut out certain things that are going into your body. Caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, just junk food in general. I feel like, you guys know what it is for you. And that can be very difficult. And for some of you guys, this is about learning how to give yourself permission to try new things. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into your tarot and go a little deeper into this message and what your spirit guides want you to know at this time for group number 1, please. What does group number 1 need to know right now? I really feel for a lot of my souls that are here, something that I'm seeing is like you're in this bubble. That's how it's being shown to me. You're in this bubble. And I feel like for a lot of you guys in your life, in your lifetime, you've kind of created this bubble around you to protect yourself from potentially, it's a lot of the times it's from the people that are closest to us, right? And I feel like there's something here about not having like this fear of rejection, not wanting to be rejected, or really needing this acceptance or this validation from your family, your parents, the people around you. And because of that, you haven't allowed yourself to do the things that you really feel called to do, either because of certain comments that have been made by them or because you feel like it will create rejection. And there's like this big need to kind of break free from this bubble, group number one. And I also really feel like group number one, there's a need to do some work with the throat chakra, clearing the throat chakra. Maybe there's something you really need to say to somebody. So we have the sun coming out first for you guys. Yeah, it's your time to shine, group number one. There's a need to allow yourself to shine without dimming your light so that other people can look at you, so that other people accept you. Some of you guys may have this kind of perspective of not wanting to outshine other people out of this fear that they won't accept you or that they'll be mad. So there's this very strong vibe of always really dimming yourself down, turning yourself down, not allowing yourself to take up space, not allowing yourself to be everything that you want to be out of this fear that your family or the people around you won't accept you or won't embrace you the way you feel like you need to be embraced. And a big part of that is because group number one, you are meant to be more than what you came from. And I feel like maybe a part of like a soul contract or some generational karmic energy that you're meant to be the breaker of is learning how to kind of rise above the expectation of staying the same. I feel like maybe, I feel like maybe there's this, I don't even know how to really put my finger on this energy. It feels like it moves around a lot. It feels like there may be a lot of scattered energy either coming from you in your mind, or this could be kind of the energy that you grew up in, because it feels a lot like, you know, your family members and the people around you tell you they want to see you succeed and they want to see you do better. They want to see you do better than them. But then when you start doing things that are, that have potential for you to be that, it's like they start acting different. I hope that makes sense for you. But that's really like the vibe that I'm picking up on here. And your spirit guides are very strongly saying that you need to stop dimming your light and it's time for you to shine, okay? It's time for you to pursue your happiness instead of sacrificing your happiness to make sure that the people around you are more comfortable. We have the Three of Pentacles. So the people that are meant to really support you through this journey will come in once you allow yourself to start moving in that direction. There's been a lot of hesitation, a lot of maybe even procrastination, a lot of holding yourself back, and that's why you haven't been able to see the souls around you that will support you on that journey, because you haven't allowed yourself to start moving in that direction. There are people around you that are meant to support you on that journey, that are meant to go with you. The problem comes when you try to kind of control who goes with you, or how they go with you. And then we have death. Yeah, there is a strong need for change coming in for group number one, a very strong need for changing your life, changing your everyday, day-to-day life. And this is, you know, one thing at a time. It doesn't have to be you change your entire life all at once. Because more often than not, we see things like that happen, but then it's so much easier to just fall back into the old routines, right? It makes it a little more difficult to manage all of the change at once. So your spirit guides are saying, you know, do one thing at a time, change one thing at a time, end one thing, start one thing. However you have to do that. But it's very important that you begin to allow yourself to follow the things that make you shine brighter, the things that make you feel brighter, the things that make you want to expand and grow, the things that really light you up inside. There's a need to follow that, group number 1, very strongly. Okay, so let's pull an oracle message for you, group number 1. What do your spirit guides want you to know? What advice do they have for you at this time for group number 1? Walking away. Yeah, there is a very strong energy here of needing to allow yourself to move forward, even when others don't come with you, even when it's more comfortable to stay where you are, even when other people are trying to hold you back. There is a very, very strong message here of needing to move down your own path instead of staying where you know you don't belong, because that's what other people expect you to do, group number 1. Okay, it's time to start this new journey. It's time to walk away from everything that is no longer serving you. It's time to walk away from trying to control the outcome or trying to control the journey, because I feel like that may be more where you get caught up on. It's like, well, I really want to do this, and I know I really want to do this, but I don't want to do this unless I can take this person with me, or unless this person says that they're proud of me, or unless this person says that they're still going to love me even if I follow my own dreams and not theirs. Okay, there's a strong message here, group number 1, to really allow yourself to walk away from the expectations of others, to walk away from the restrictions that other people have placed on you and on your life, and really allow yourself to move in your own direction. Okay, group number 1. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful souls that chose this pile. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, please do hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose pile number 1. Leave a little heart emoji if you did, or a sun emoji if you did. And really try to allow yourself to shine. Okay, really try to allow yourself to expand. Don't dim yourself or make yourself smaller to make other people comfortable, group number 1. I thank you so incredibly much for joining me here today. Consider following if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 2. Those of you that chose the crystal deck here and the fluorite, this reading is for you, and we are looking at a message that you need to hear at this time for group number 2, okay? So something that I'm really picking up on coming into your reading here is there's a little bit of fear, but there's also like this energy of kind of not allowing yourself to do something. There's this energy of being stuck somewhere, or feeling kind of stuck somewhere, whether this be at a job or in a relationship or just in general, where you're not allowing yourself to kind of leave that job or leave that space or leave that energy, because there's some sort of kind of belief system that you're not allowed to, or that it'll make you a bad person, or that people will think lesser of you if you do. And there's a pretty loud message coming in here for group number 2, that there may be a need to kind of face that fear and really allow yourself freedom. Give yourself freedom. Give yourself permission to free yourself from this energy that is making you feel stuck or trapped or stagnant. Interesting. Okay, so group number 2, maybe some of you guys, there's some sort of job or some sort of, even if it's like a volunteer thing that you're doing, there's an energy here of like internally knowing that this isn't something that's adding to your life, or it's not something that is conducive to where you're trying to go. And your spirit guides are saying like you've already recognized that this isn't helping you progress. So there's really a need to allow yourself to end this, but maybe there's some sort of guilt or like the sense of obligation. But I just really feel like group number 2, there's this kind of, I feel like it's more internal. It feels like you've convinced yourself you're not allowed to leave because you said that you would do it. And when you said you would do it, you know, that was true, but there's like this need to kind of accept your new truth. I think that's where we're trying to get the message we're trying to get to here. Group number 2, your spirit guides want you to accept your new truth. It's okay to change. It's okay that your life changes and shifts. It's okay that you decide you want to move in a new direction. That's okay. And there's a need for you to give yourself that permission to do so, okay? So let's go ahead and pull some cards here. What does group number 2 need to hear right now? Okay. There's a need to be gentle with yourself, group number 2. A need to be gentle with yourself. I feel like you guys are so hard on yourself. So much harder on yourself than you would be to anybody else. It's so easy for you to accept others and where they're at in their life, for you to accept that others need change, for you to accept that others make mistakes, but it's not the same when it comes to yourself. It's like you expect perfection out of yourself. And there's a need to maybe kind of explore that and why. Okay, so our first card here is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you guys are moving into a new season, a new phase, a new chapter of life, and there's really this need for acceptance of that, and this acceptance includes accepting that this new season means that not everything is going to stay the same. You know, when we move from one season to the next, things change. You know, not everything stays the same. Not everything stays. When we move from winter to spring, the snow melts. You know, new things grow, other things die off. And there's a need to really allow that to happen within your life right now, group number 2. We also have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, it's time to move on, group number 2. It is time to move on. It is time to free yourself. It feels like it's time to free yourself from this internal battle. I feel like you guys are constantly fighting with yourself about allowing yourself to follow your path, your journey, and staying where you feel like you're supposed to be. It's time to move on from that type of energy. Okay. Sometimes, even with this group number 2, sometimes that means, you know, healing sometimes means giving up. You know, there's this kind of negative perception of that phrase or that term or that idea of giving up is a bad thing. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's necessary. And you may feel like you're giving up if you walk away from something or if you choose to let something go. And your spirit guides really want you to know that it's okay to free yourself from something that is causing you to be at war with yourself all of the time. The King of Cups. So this new season is going to really bring a lot of healing, a lot of internal healing, a lot of nurturing, a lot of nourishment to yourself, to your soul. And your spirit guides are here saying, like, it's okay to let go of anything that does not feed your soul, that does not nourish your heart, that does not feel good. Okay? It's okay to let things go. It's okay to give up on things that were never meant for you in the first place, or that are no longer meant for you. It's okay to move into the next season, the next chapter of life. That doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't mean that you've done anything bad. And there's a big message here, group number 2, to stop trapping yourself in these situations that are causing you to be at war with yourself, out of this idea that you said you would stay, or you said you would do it, or people are counting on you. Like, you're placing all of these obligations and responsibilities on yourself to stay the same for your entire life, when your soul wants change. And there's really a big message here to allow the seasons to change, allow what needs to die off, to make room for the new growth. Okay? Let's go ahead and pull an oracle message for group number 2. What guidance do you have for group number 2? Okay. We have journey. Allow yourself to move on. Allow yourself to move. Allow yourself to cross that bridge. Allow yourself to travel. Some of you guys, this is like literally moving away, traveling, packing your things, moving out, moving on. Okay, choosing a new direction, choosing a new path. And for a lot of you guys, giving yourself this permission means allowing yourself to give up on something, or that's the perception you have of it, that you're giving up on something. And it's like, well, I've put so much time, I've put so much energy into this. If I give up now, it was a waste of my time, it was a waste of my energy. No, it wasn't. You needed that. You learned so much from it, you've gained so much from it, but now it's time to move on. Okay, group number 2. This is even number 2 here. So the number 2 may be quite significant for you guys. This could be a relationship, this could be a job, this could be a lifestyle. It's going to be different for everybody. So apply this message where it resonates best for you in your life. But it is overall a message of letting go and allowing yourself to move into a new season of life that's going to be much more abundant, much more expansive, and feel much more free and healing and nurturing. Okay, group number 2. But this is what I'm seeing. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this message, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose this pile, and consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you guys so incredibly much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 3, those of you that chose the Muse Tarot deck and the Amethyst cluster here. This reading is for you, and we are looking at a message that you need to hear right now from your guides, okay? So group number 3, coming into your reading, tuning into the energy of this reading, I do feel like you guys are my creative souls. And I do feel like there's something here where you're being asked to continue pursuing something that you've been contemplating giving up on. And not even necessarily giving up on, but so it feels like almost for some of you guys, maybe you've been pursuing art, and maybe you've recently started selling art or sharing your art in some way, shape, or form, and it's like now you're wanting to pull back, and it's like you're not going to stop creating art, but you're wanting to kind of stop sharing it. Maybe some of you guys have recently started a new platform, or here on YouTube, or some sort of content creation, and it's like it's not immediately getting the interaction that you had hoped for. So it's like, oh, well, maybe this wasn't the right move. Let me just take this channel down, or let me just delete this content. However that energy is coming through in your life, your spirit guides are saying, do not pull back. Don't go backwards. Okay? Interesting. Yeah, so keep sharing your creations. Keep putting yourself out there is a big message here for group number 3. Allow yourself to be seen. That could be something that you're really uncomfortable with, is allowing yourself to be seen, something that really puts you out of your comfort zone or makes you feel very vulnerable. And that could be a very large portion of this kind of new space that you're moving into, and why you're wanting to pull back. And it's not because you think it's going to fail, but it's because there's this fear of being seen. So your guides are saying, allow yourself to take up space. I'm also really picking up on the throat chakra here for group number 3 as well, which I did pick up on another pile. So some of you guys, there may be a message somewhere else in this reading if you felt called to it. If not, that's totally fine. That doesn't mean go find it. But there is something here. So allow your, find your voice. Group number 3, find your voice. Allow yourself to be heard. Some of you guys may be writers. You may be speakers. And there's truly a need to allow your voice to be heard. Whether that's through writing, singing, speaking, art, content creation. However that comes through for you, there's a need to allow your voice to be heard. Let's go ahead and pull some cards here and see what your spirit guides need you to hear right now. Group number 3, please. So we have the Magician coming out in reverse. And I feel like this is saying, let go of this need for control. Let go of the expectations that you have. So for some of you guys, like I said, there's something here about, maybe it's not getting the attention or the traction that you thought it should. So you're wanting to delete it or pull it down or take it out or whatever it is. And there's something here with this Magician in reverse. The energy I'm picking up on is there's this need to not control how it's seen or who sees it. So put it out there and let go. Put it out there and let go. I hope that makes sense for you. For some of you guys, maybe you've been wondering if you should begin sharing your work or your art or in a different way. Maybe you've been thinking about trying to get published or something like that. And this is the message, is to do that, to put yourself out there, to allow your work to be seen, to allow your work to be put in front of people that it wouldn't normally be put in front of, potentially. Go outside of your comfort zone. It's going to feel vulnerable. That doesn't mean it's bad or that it's wrong. It means that it's authentic. Wow. Okay. So we also have death. Yes. So group number 3, this is such a strong message of this need to allow yourself to go through this transition of being very solo, very closed off, of holding all of this creative energy close to you, to kind of emerging, right? There's a need to allow your creations to emerge, to allow yourself to emerge. There's definitely something here about like this phoenix rising energy, or this emergence of your authentic self that comes along with this creation energy. So whatever it is that you're creating, or whatever it is that you're contemplating putting out there and allowing others to see, like that is a huge kind of catalyst to this emergence of your authentic self. Wow. Okay, group number 3. And then we also have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, it's time to come out of your shell. It's time to be seen. It's time to shine. Group number 3, it's time to shine. It's time to be seen. It's time to be in the public eye. It's time to join those communities or those groups, to put your work out there, to send it into a publisher, to send it into a place that has the ability to kind of reach places you don't have the ability to. Send your, apply to the gallery, whatever it might be for you. There's really a need to put it out there. Even if there's kind of this fear of rejection, or this fear of, somebody not liking it, or this fear of not getting enough traction, or whatever it might be, there's a need to do it anyways. Do it scared. It's time to come out of your shell. It's time to emerge. It's time to shine your light through your work. Group number 3, you guys are meant to touch people's souls through whatever it is that you're creating. You're meant to, your work is going to be very impactful to the people that it does come in contact with. And it's impactful in a very important way, not only for you, but for those souls as well. Interesting. I love that. Let's go ahead and see what advice your guides have for you in regards to this. Okay. We have a stack of cards that came out, but the very first one is action. Put yourself out there. Allow yourself to be seen. Take action. Fill out that application. Send it in. Do whatever it is you got to do. Okay, action. We have a man holding a coin and an angel of balance behind that. So you guys have support, and I feel like you will have financial backing for anybody who's concerned about that. And the angel of balance is telling me here that you have a lot of spiritual support behind this as well. So this does feel very divinely guided, and there's a need to take action on it. Okay, group number 3. I love that. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose pile number 3. Let me know how it resonated for you. Consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.